Today I want to walk you through the new feature release for timesheets and advanced timesheets in Trak. We've been working together with lots of different businesses who have lots of different defaults around timesheets, and we've released a new feature that allows you to set a lot of defaults against your business, but also against your individual users to help improve your timesheet functions and also the time spent in approving and managing timesheets in Trak. Today, I'm going to start off with some settings in the background that you'll now see available if you are on the premium tier of Trak. So under your name, in your company settings, you have your subscription levels, and you can access premium directly through the platform or move between the tiers whenever you want. And obviously, you can swap plans or trial the premium feature if you haven't already. Where I'm going to start today is in our company settings and timesheet settings. Our timesheet settings allow for our week start, our reminders, our dates, but what you'll see now is some more functionality that is set up in our admin area here for our whole of business. Now, I'm going to start at the top here. For those businesses that are using logging in and logging out of jobs, we're getting a lot of feedback that someone might sign in at 6:56 and sign out at 3:33 or something similar, and you want it to automatically round up or round down those timesheets to appropriate start and end times, so you're not manually having to change hundreds of entries per week. This allows you to set some defaults. Now, you'll notice some of these defaults are a little bit complex. This is because it simply allows you to be as versatile as you want to be in your business. So, for example, here you might say that, if it's before our start time by, 0 to 15 minutes, I want to round to the start time. Okay, so this allows you to say that if one of your team logs in 0 to 15 minutes early, when we set our defaults, it's just going to round us up to the start time. Okay, you might want to add another rule that if it's after the start time, by 1 to 15 minutes, I want to round, back to the start time. Okay, so it's up to you. You can go from before your start time or after your start time. Okay, if you want to, you can say I want to, round it to, the up or down to the closest 15 minutes. It's up to you how you structure this to suit your business needs. You can add as many rules as you want. These can be for, before the end time, from, 1 minute before to, 10 minutes before. I want to round to the end time. Okay, so you can set these defaults in your account to allow for rounding up and rounding down before and after your start times so that it is customized to your business. Okay, the next tab here, we've got our automatic break settings. Obviously, everyone's got a break that they have most days. These will change depending on your business and your rates and your setup and your users and everything that you've got in your business. This allows you to say that we're going to deploy a break automatically in our timesheets. In this instance, I'm saying we've got a 30-minute break, but they'll only get a break if they work a minimum of 4 hours a day. Okay, obviously this can change, but this will allow your breaks to be set in the system. Okay, pretty simple. The next tab we've got here is your overtime settings. So obviously here we've got our weekdays, we've got our Saturdays, and we've got our Sundays. So you've got some versatility here. So what I'm going to say here is that from 0 to, say, 8 hours, this is my standard time. But then my overtime one is going to be from 8 hours to 10 hours. Okay? And then if they work more than 10 hours in a day, it's going to go to overtime 2. On a Saturday, okay, we're going to have 4 hours of base time, and then everything after that might be double time. Or it might be that from 4 hours to 6 hours is time and a half, and then it goes to double time. And then on a Sunday, if they work on a Sunday, every hour is double time. So from 0 to 0, and from 0 to 0 is time and a half. But if you work any hours on a Sunday, it is going to be double time. So you can customize this for your business. Okay, when you're ready to go, you can then save that settings in the system, and you'll be able to have it customized to the way that you want to access that in your platform. Okay. These settings, it is important to note as well, are available for outliers at a user level. If you are a business that has people and users that have different requirements, so you might have um, different businesses on different rates, you might have people who are under a contract, you might have people who are on hourly rate, you might have people who are working in different scenarios. When you create or edit a user, you've got the ability here to have custom overtime rules based on an individual user. So this is all customizable for whole of business, or it's customizable in your individual account. Okay. So that is the first stage, is setting up all your defaults to make sure it works in your business. The next stage I want to walk you through is in your timesheets and in your timesheet admin. You'll notice when you come into your timesheet admin, you now have the ability here to bulk edit. The bulk edit is a great way for you to be able to view and manage timesheets in its entirety in your business. You'll notice you've got every user. So I can see Eddie at the top, and I've got all his days. Then it goes down to the next user and the next user and the next user and so on. So from now, you do not have to toggle between pages to view people's timesheet entries. You can add a timesheet entry, okay, in the system, all right, or you can see all the timesheets that have already been added. You'll be able to see your start times and end times as a base. You can obviously change these. You don't have to put in start and end times. You might just have hours in here. It's up to you. But effectively, what you can do is you can say, well, today we've worked, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Okay, you'll see that it adds your timesheet. So when you come in, it will be set as what your users have set up in the system. Okay, obviously you can create more timesheet entries on a day just by adding them. If you've got these existing timesheets here and they're blank, don't worry about them. Your timesheets will ignore them. So that's fine. You do not need to get rid of rows that aren't being used on a day. You've also got the ability here to add activities such as public holidays or whatever it is as well. Now, when we deploy our timesheets, you'll notice at the top, we've got these ability here to add different items. So if I had, a timesheet entry here for a job that we've got in the system, and we might have been starting at, 6, 55 or something like that, and we finished at, 4:12 or whatever it's going to be. When you set up your items here, you've got the ability now to say, I want to round my times. Okay. When you round your times, it will load in your timesheets and it will round them out based on what you've got set up in the system. Okay. So it's rounded me up to 7 and rounded me down to 4:10. I can see here that I can apply breaks. It will automatically apply breaks based on all the criteria that are met. Then you'll see here, it will apply overtime. Okay. And I can now see that my overtime and double time items have been met in the system. Straight away from here, I can save my timesheets. It will convert everything and save it in and add my expenses to the job. So from now, instead of having to go through every single entry and change everything from your base to overtime to double time to remove breaks, you can set these defaults in the background and apply them. What I suggest you do, obviously, is when your timesheets are submitted, make sure that all your timesheet entries are in. Don't apply your breaks and then change it afterwards. Obviously, you can go through and edit these if you need to, but it creates more work. You'll be able to see all of the timesheets for every user. You'll be able to scroll through every user on the one page and make sure all your timesheet entries are input. When you are ready, you will be able to round times, apply breaks, and apply overtime, review them, and save them to make sure you are happy with the way that this is set up. This is a fantastic feature that's been introduced over a long period of time with our team working with lots of different businesses that is going to save you time and once again is available through our premium feature. If you've got any feedback or need any help in regards to implementing this in your business, please reach out to our team. That can be done through the help button at the bottom, which reaches out to our team live. Alternatively, you can access us through contact@trak.co. Thank you very much.